Hi, and welcome to the QuartzMap Data Source Quick Start video. In the previous video, we published our map, and now we're going to connect it to a data source. There are three data source options available for us: PostGIS, GeoServer, and Create. And let's first take a look at each of those options now. QuartzMap offers three data source options for your map layers. The first is PostGIS. The second is GeoServer, and the third is Create. The PostGIS option is used when you wish to connect to an existing database. The GeoServer option is when you want to connect to an existing GeoServer instance. And the Create option is used when either you do not have a database and want to create one from your QuartzMap project, or when you have a local database such as a database on your PC or laptop, or a database backup file, and you want to create a new PostGIS database from there. Okay, so let's now give an example of each data source type. Okay, so let's get started by creating a PostGIS data source. And PostGIS, again, is the option we would use if we have an existing PostGIS database that we want to connect our map to. So let's go to Add New. And let's go ahead and populate the required fields. And it's the host name, port, username, and password. The service name is only required if you are going to be uploading your QuartzMap project file. You would upload your QuartzMap project file in order to enable advertising WMS, WFS, etc., as well as enabling QuartzMap print layouts. It is not a required field. Okay, I'm going to leave that blank for now and click Next. And we'll see a drop down of available databases for the host information we entered. I'm going to select BSDB, the database I'm going to connect to, and click Save. And we see PostGIS data source has been registered. So let's now use our new PostGIS data source to make our map dynamic. Okay, back to our map and click Edit. Okay, so in the data section, if we expand the layers, we can change the data source type. We see currently it's using files, which mean it is just serving the static files that we uploaded from QuartzMap to web. Let's change that to Postgres and select the database connection we just created, BSDB, and the appropriate schema and table for this layer and geom column. And let's do the same for the app area layer. Postgres, BSDB, and table tab area for this layer and geom. We can also set cache for each layer. We'll go over that in a subsequent video. For now, let's just scroll down and update our map. And take a look at our simple B map again. Okay, so our map is working and it is now dynamic. Any changes we make to the backend database will now be reflected automatically in our map. Okay, now let's take a look at connecting it using a GeoServer data source. I have my project open in QuartzMap here. This project uses two layers from GeoServer. One requires authentication, the other does not. Okay, so the procedure is the same to upload it. Go ahead and start QuartzMap to web. And make any changes you want to the appearance and so forth. And export. Okay, the connection information is going to be the same, but I'm going to call this NYC map. Okay, and go ahead and export that. Password, same as before. Okay, and our map has been uploaded. And let's go back to QuartzMap. Okay, so once again, back in QuartzMap, and let's go to Map, Add New. And And once again, we'll give our map a name and description. Okay, I'm calling mine NYC map. And from uploads, let's select the NYC map we just uploaded. And scroll down and click create. Okay, again, as before, when the map is created, it gives us the option of setting the layers to a data source. Let's do that now. Okay, and we see that it automatically picks up the URL, workspace, and landmark, and the layer rather, from the QGIS to web file. And if and only if the layer requires authentication, we would populate the username and password here. Now, my landmarks layer doesn't require authentication. My roads layer does require authentication. So here I am going to put in my username and password. Okay, and go back down and click update. Okay, and the map has been added to our dashboard. And if you notice, the title is what appears on the top of the map point, and the description is what appears on the bottom. Let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, and our map has been added, and we have connected it to a GeoServer data source. And again, any updates to our GeoServer data will be updated automatically here in our map. Okay, so in this video, we went over how to create a PostGIS data source and a GeoServer data source, and how to use those data sources for our map layers. And in the next video, we'll go over creating new PostGIS databases to serve as data sources for our maps.